Very cool, retro, throwback bowling alley with a lot of wild history, tragic history. And it is all documented.
All the way through school, from kindergarten to high school, was never mentioned during history class. It's ignored. It's as if it never happened.
I'd covered a lot of violence. We saw violence at demonstrations. We saw violence in Selma, but nothing prepared us for what happened at Orangeburg.
It just was a thunderstorm that rose and fell in the civil rights movement in the course of about 3 days.
So we're at this abandoned bowling alley in South Carolina, site of a crazy and wild situation that happened in 1968. This was an all-white bowling alley, and some of the local college kids, African-American students, wanted to come bowl, and the owner and the bowlers here would not let them bowl. So they brought back some of their posse, and they were met out in the parking lot here and beaten up. And then what happened is it escalated back to the college, and the police ended up shooting and killing 3 people and injuring 20-something other people. 1968. It's wild. Trying to bring this bowling alley back to life. Got some grant money and stuff based on the fact that it has some history in civil rights. So, a tragic story indeed, but a very interesting part of history for South Carolina.
That there were thousands of police in the
Yeah,
city.
they have the National Guard line the streets right out front here.
Yeah.
There's a photo of it.
And also, they were, they surrounded the campus. They couldn't go in, no one could go in or out. And the kids came out and built a bonfire and started singing civil rights songs.
Yeah.
And police shot into the group of unarmed kids.
Killed people, right?
Killed 3 and wounded. The 3 kids they killed, 2 were college students, 1 a high school student. And then they wounded 29.
So they were just firing into a crowd, basically.
This was the largest horrific event of the civil rights movement in any school, and it was 2 years before Kent State and Jackson State, and people don't know about it.
Right. Isn't that weird? And what year would that have been?
68.
68, yeah.
And it was after the amendment to the Constitution. Somebody said bowling alleys weren't included. I don't get that. I think they were.
Yeah.
I think so.
Wow, jeez.
So this is very significant.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is turn something that was from something so horrendous into a community
Some
asset
positive.
that people can enjoy.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. That's
It's going to be the first ever civil rights bowling alley.
bowling pins. Some of the balls, display case. Can't really see it because it's so dusty. Pretty cool though. Come back here and look. Dude looks like a serial killer or something. They're all pretty much the same, identical. Pretty cool. Old retro style. And then you can see above the lanes, they had advertisements for local businesses. Probably most of these businesses are not even around anymore, I would imagine. This place has been closed for about 16 years now. Here we get some of the more green seats with balls. As we wrap it up here, some balls again over here. You can see high scores and stuff, high series, all the way back from the 90s. So if you notice in these green bench chair things, here's some ashtrays. So this was a smoking bowling alley, and you can actually see, I'm sure, that's why the ceiling is so yellowed from all the nicotine stain. Probably what my lungs look like. Looks like a tournament sign here for the Orangeburg Classic. You go over here, you got more lanes back here, more balls. The chairs are a little bit destroyed over here. Got more balls and more lanes. Female bowler. Let's get a better angle at this too. If you go into here, this is the locker room. All the balls and bags and shoes and stuff. Old booklets. Amazing. Brunswick. Look at that. Super cool stuff. See, the lanes are kind of tore up a little bit. This one has bumpers in it. Another mural. It's pretty cool. And over here you can see some of the pins are left here. Still some pins. Not a lot of pins, but there's still some. So this is the pin setters. Controls for all the pins here. Pretty cool. Old school. More shoes. And then over here, you have the music, the radio and the record player. Look at that. Some synthesizer action. AM, FM. Just super cool. And even more shoes down there. It's just so cool to look at that. Oh, those kiddie shoes. Kid bowling shoes. And here's league records and stuff, just chilling. Loaded with pins still. Go back here. There's more pins. All the way down. Here's some league scores and stuff. Guys and gals, Twilight, Chuck's 10-pin. Oh, these old print signs, so cool. People's names with their partners. Honor roll men and women. Super cool. It's still got their team names with their scores. Incredible. And then look at the old mural. 70s. High scores, pro and ams. Orangeburg Regional, PBA, old school. Well, that'll wrap it up for the abandoned bowling alley in South Carolina with a wild history and a tragic history at that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed this one. And don't forget, please subscribe to Abandoned Central to get all them latest and greatest videos. We appreciate all your support. Thank y'all much.